Hello friends, we are discussing the topic alimentary canal of human digestive system and action of digestion of food in different parts in alimentary canal. So this is the diagram. You have to practicing this diagram because question is asked with diagram and not whole question is asked but the segment of this question, some segments question along with diagram is asked. The function of digestive system is to break down larger molecules of food into smaller forms so that they can absorb easily into the body. The human digestive system is consists of alimentary canal and associated glands. Alimentary canal is consist of mouth, um, esophagus, mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. And its associated glands are salivary gland, liver, and pancreas because they secrete some secretions uh, to the into the food and action is started. Now we discussing one by one organ in the alimentary canal. First one is mouth. The food ingested through mouth. Humans use their hands to put food in the mouth. In a buccal cavity means mouth, teeth cut the food into small pieces, chew it and grind it. Salivary gland secretes saliva in mouth. The tongue mixes the food with saliva so food becomes wet and soft so it can swallow easily. Salivary secretion has an enzyme amylase which digests the starch in the food into the maltose sugar partially. Uh, food food in the mouth um, stays for very little time, so the complete digestion is not take place. The partially digestion of only carbohydrate and food becomes soft and easy to swallow. Now esophagus, the partly digested food comes down to esophagus. The other name is of esophagus is food pipe by the peristaltic movement of alimentary canal. It, it is the rhythmic movement of alimentary canal. Uh, Contractions and expansions of alimentary canal rhythmically and food goes down to stomach. Now in stomach, it is situated on the left side of the abdomen. Food is churned in it nearly 3 to 4 hours. During this time, the food is broken down into smaller pieces and is converted into a semi-solid paste. The walls of stomach contains three tubular glands which secrete gastric juice. First one is mucus. Stomach produces mucus to protect its own cells from the damage of HCl. HCl come from HCl secretion from another gland, hydrochloric acid HCl. It provides acidic medium in the stomach and make food acidic to act the pepsin well on food and digest the food. So pepsin generally digests protein, but it is partially digestion of protein. It also kills the microorganisms, bacteria or protozoans comes with the food in the stomach. So it also helps to kill the bacteria or protozoans with food and protect our body uh, from these injects. Now pepsin. Pepsin helps in digesting protein into smaller molecules by decompose the food. Pepsin convert into active pepsinogen in presence of hydrochloric acid. It converts protein into smaller molecules. The pepsin and hydrochloric pepsin works in the acidic medium. Hydrochloric acid provides acidic medium. Uh, and due to acid, the stomach wall is irritated, but mucus covered the inner surface of the stomach and uh, protect from acidity. Now, small intestine. Partly digested acidic food then moves from stomach to small intestine. The exit of food from stomach to small intestine is controlled by the sphincter muscles at the joints of stomach and small intestine. It means the partly digested acidic food when enters to stomach, the sphincter muscles regulate it. Small Small intestine is the largest part, approximately 6.5 meter. In adult human, it is 6.5 meter long of human alimentary canal. It is the main site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It receives the secretions from liver and pancreas and acted upon the foods to help in digestion. From liver and pancreas, small intestine receives its secretions, and this secretion helps to digest the food. How? First one is liver. Liver secretes bile. It is greenish yellow liquid of alkaline in nature, secreted from liver and stored in gallbladder. It converts acidic food from stomach into alkaline. The food from stomach is acidic in nature, but in intestine the medium is alkaline. So the bile juice converts this acidic food into alkaline, so that enzymes of pancreas can act on it. It breaks the fats in food into small globules or droplets for easy digesting of fat. It also helps to break the fats into small globules. Pancreas. So it secretes pancreatic juice, contains three enzymes: amylase, lipase, and trypsin. Amylase digests starch partially, trypsin digests proteins partially, and lipase digests fats partially. Intestinal gland. They are secreted by the glands of the wall of the small intestine. The duct of these glands are open into the small intestine from its inner layer. They contain various enzymes which complete the digestion of carbohydrate into glucose, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acid and glycerol. Here, the food is completely digested. In the next part of the small intestine, the absorption takes place because nutrients these nutrients are absorbed at this site. Absorption of food takes place in a small intestine after digestion. The inner wall of small intestine contains the millions of small finger-like projections called villi. Villi provides a very large surface area for absorption because too much nutrients are released by the digestion of food, which is to be absorbed in the blood. So villi gives a large surface area for absorption and help in a rapid absorption of digested food. Many capillaries are open in these villi and help to absorb food particles. In other word, nutrients. Absorbed food then goes into blood directly. Now, this food is assimilated by the cells of our body. The absorbed food from villi goes into blood from small intestine. The food is transported to the all parts of the body via blood, where it is assimilated by each cell. It is then used by the cells for obtaining energy, growth, and repair of the body, maintenance of the body. Now, the last organ is large intestine. The undigested food passes from small intestine to the large. In large intestine, most of the water along with important salt and ions are absorbed by its walls, which makes undigested food almost solid. This solid is called a feces or stool and need to remove from the body as a waste material. Muscles present in the anus regulate the removal of this waste. Now we are going to activity 6.3 from textbook method. Method is on the page 99 of the textbook. This activity is about effect of saliva on starch. What is the effect of saliva on starch? We have already discussed that in the mouth, the salivary secretions digest the starch partially into the uh, sugar. So let we do experiment. So here is two test tubes. In both the test tube, we take some 1 to 2 ml of starch solution. In test tube A, we pour some saliva from our mouth. After some time, we pour 2-3 drops of iodine in both the test tubes. What is the observation? After adding dilute iodine solution both the test tubes, so in test tube B, color change is observed, which indicates that in test tube B there is a presence of starch. Here some pale yellow starch solution is converted into blue black solution, dark colored solution blue black, which is already discussed in the previous 3 experiment. But in test tube A there will be no color change observed because starch is hydrolyzed by the enzyme amylase present in saliva, and amylase converts starch into maltose sugar. So starch is not present, so the solution is colorless or pale yellow liquid. So here now some questions of homework. Why does the bread or chapati taste sweet when chewed for a long time. List out edibles in our food which are the sources of starch. And in text question on page number 101, they should be written and with lawn. Okay, bye.